Hello friends, today I'll tell you PowerQuery new chapter and it is basically for beginners and it will help you a lot to work in PowerQuery. And I always prefer to work in PowerQuery instead of Excel. Everything is quite easy, very advanced, very modern. So today I'll tell you how we can connect Excel data to the PowerQuery and how we can transform that, and then finally the grouping. So grouping is always work like a pivot table, and then I'll tell you how it's work and everything will be very easy. Let's get started. So I have a very simple Excel sheet here which shows you the company name, fiscal year, month, region, hub, customer code, SKU code, GL code, account number, and finally sales amount. Now I'll tell you how we can get this into the Power Query and how we can transform it and how we can make a grouping. And grouping is always like a pivot table, but a small form of type pivot table. Pivot table is quite vital and very wide. So first of all, to get this data into the Power Query, we have to convert it into a table. So first shortcut to get converted into the table is Control T, and you can see it now. It is into the table. And the other way is you can just go to the data and from table range. Now it is into the Power Query. Now how we can clean and trim data. So let's suppose there is nil. I would say that just remove nil. And so it's always work like a Power BI also. And if you don't want to see this tab, and if you unnecessarily did it, then you can just remove this tab and everything will be same like the last time. Now get rid of this, and now all data is quite proper. And if there are some unnecessary columns, then you can delete that columns. So this is the Power Query transformation. Now tell you how we can transform it. I'll go to the grouping, and in grouping there are two options. One is basic and one is advanced. I'll always prefer to use advanced, and in advanced it always work like a pivot table. So you need to select company data first, then the fiscal year, and if you don't want any column you can remove that. So like reason I don't want, so I'm just selecting hub here, reason I have left there, then CUS code, and then SKU code, and then finally I will select account mapping, and the final position will be I. So it always give you option to create a new column. I'm just going to create a new column which tell us the total sales. So I would say total sales, then go to the, I'll select here sum because I want sum. For which column I want sum? I want sum the total sales. And now you just need to go. So now it will remove all duplicates from there. So if you just get into the Excel, go to the home tab, close and load. So in the next table, you would see that now it's grouped everything. It's made the total of sales. Now we will going to make some more grouping. I'll tell you how it's work more widely. So let's click on the query, go here, remove this tab because I want to tell you everything from the start. Otherwise you can keep this tab. Now I'm just going to group, and this time I want to see the sales by company. So I will select the just the company data. I'll say total sales, then I'll make a sum here, and in the sum here, which column sum I want? I want the sum of sales amount, and just go. And now go to the home tab, close and load. So now it is showing you the total sale of each company. So let's suppose you need to add daily sales here, and then you wanted to see a report which shows you the company wise data. Then what you need to do, you need to add the daily sales at the bottom. So I'm just going to add here few more lines. So I'll say that I'm just going to add more lines here. I'll paste these at the bottom. And now I would say that I wanted to add these sales also in my report which I have to send to the management. I'll simply go there and you don't need to do anything. Everything is automatic. Refresh all. So once you do the refresh, data will be changed automatically. This is the Power Query use. I hope you likes my videos. Please subscribe my channel. Thank you so much.